from there, and this is what happened. I figured if he got me on the ropes and he threw some stuff that was a little too powerful, if he was better than I thought he was, I would have gotten off the ropes. But I didn't have to do that because I was right. He didn't hit that hard, and he wasn't that accurate in his punching, and he throws everything without pacing himself, and he burned himself out. This is what I let him do. With the Frazier fight, I moved for the first few rounds, you notice, and those were the later rounds where I had to go to the rope because I couldn't do no better and I was tired, and I was hoping he would punch himself out, but he didn't. So those were two different incidents and for different reasons.
All right, Muhammad, is it true or not true that when you went back to your corner at the end of the first round, and your doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, discussed this with me last Friday, Ferdy and Angelo Dundee and even Herbert Muhammad said, "What are you doing? Stay away from those ropes. Move, move."
Yes, that's what they said, but they weren't in there fighting, and I'm the best strategy man in boxing, and when I'm fighting, I do a lot of things that people don't understand, and that's why I'm here today. That's why I'm champ. That's why I don't see no scratches on my face. This is why I'm where I'm at, is because I planned the strategy. I realize how much they love me, Herbert Muhammad, and all the people who love me and want me to win don't like to see me on the ropes, and it looks rougher to them than it is. But I knew what I was doing, and I proved to do the right thing, and I appreciate them worrying, but I'm sorry I can't fight the way people out on the outside want me to fight. I have to fight the way I feel it, because I'm the best in boxing, and I know how to plan my fights.
All right, champ, that brings up this final point. Did you plan your strategy before the fight, or did you just decide upon it at the moment?
It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I did plan not to dance as much as I publicized. I publicized a lot of dancing to throw the man off track. His trainers, his sparring partners were running in the ring. He was chasing them, thinking that that's what I was going to do. I figured I could dance and dance, but this man stood up straight. A low man like George Chuvalo and Frazier who ducks, you can dance and punch at them. They're there. But this man stood up straight, and if you dance, you just be dancing and not hitting nothing because he don't come in and give you nothing. So my strategy was to dance and not to dance. And I was going to do what I had to, and I didn't have to do much dancing.
Champ, one final question, and this is it. I think everybody in America now believes. You made believers out of all of us because even I picked against you. I thought George would beat you.
Right.
And I think you've got a whole new cult of followers in this country because of the brilliance of your victory. At the same time, there are always those who don't believe and who start reciting the two Liston fights and say something in this fight looked funny to them because Foreman did so badly. What's your response?
I predicted that would be the excuse. I figured the excuse might be, well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and he was too tired. The Ali Boumaier chants in Africa was dominant for me, and he was frightened, thinking that if he lost, he'd get beat up or assassinated, or probably I did something crooked. So I knew it'd be some excuse. When I win, it's always an excuse, especially a big upset like that. I upset so many people who said I didn't have a chance, so many experts, so many critics. If I got caught in the corner, I just defied the world. So I expect this. But tell them all, look at the fight films, hurry up and show these films to the public, and let them see that not only did I knock this man out, but I outclassed him, outpunched him, I hit him at will, and the man took a terrible scientific beating before I knocked him out. No tricks, no short counts, no loose ropes. And the man just took a supremely superior whipping, and he will never whoop me. No man alive will whoop me as long as I'm in shape.
All right, you made it work. You backed it up. I want to thank you very much for spending this time with us. The folks on Monday Night Football, I'm sure, were interested very, very much so.
By the way, make your prediction. Who's winning the game tonight?
Oh, I'll tell you that in a moment. The Rams, I'll tell you now.
All right, well,
but I owe you this much. You are the greatest.
Thank you, Howard.
Champ.
I'm so glad I got you in my corner. I can retire now.
We'll be back right after this message.
I've won cold sale.
Tipperillo, a great idea to begin with, has come up with another great idea. To introduce the exciting new Tipperillo pack, they've put together this special combination offer. Buy today's pack, and they'll give you tomorrow's pack absolutely free. It's a great buy on this stylish, up-to-date smoke. 10 smooth, mild Tipperillo cigars for the price of 5. Today's pack, tomorrow's pack. Get them today. They may be gone tomorrow.
All right, we're back live at Candlestick Park, San Francisco. There's your halftime score. The halftime highlights normally shown on these occasions were not shown tonight because of the special interview with Muhammad Ali. And the halftime highlights are normally brought to you by Tipperillo. Tonight instead, Tipperillo, the mild cigar that makes everything you do look a little better, brought you that special interview with the heavyweight champion of the world. Now, this past week, and, well, we were going to bring you another notable moment in the history of ABC Sports, but we'll defer that right now. Instead, because of our punt, pass, and kick competition, we're going to turn the situation over to my colleague, the Giffer, Frank Gifford.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to preview some of the NFL stars of tomorrow in the Ford Dealers of America and the National Football League's punt, pass, and kick competition. Now, these youngsters who are about ready to take up this competition have already won at the local and the zone and the district level, and tonight we're going to find out who moves on to the semifinals. And with me this evening to bring you one of the 26 area competitions is Jim Fuller, the National Car Merchandising Manager of Ford Division. And Jim, we have a real first tonight.
That's right, Frank. For the first time in PP&K history, we have a girl competing in the area competition. Like last year, we had 2,000 girls competing in PP&K, but this is the first time a girl has gotten to the area competition. And in just a few minutes, we'll be seeing Cynthia Stehar competing in the passing event.
That'll be interesting, Jim. You know, over the years, how many of the youngsters have gone on into to become National Football League players?
Oh, Frank, several of PP&K former participants are in the NFL today. As an example, Dave Jennings of the New York Giants, one of the top punters in the NFL, was a former PP&K and participated for 4 years. Additionally, there are some fine college players who participated in PP&K. Mike Kirkland, the quarterback and leading punter for Arkansas, is a former PP&K.
You know, Jim, I've been involved in PP&K for almost all of those 14 years, and over that period of time, how many youngsters have taken part?
Well, Frank, we've had over 11.5 million kids participate in PP&K in the 14-year history of the program. And this year we'll have over 1 million boys and girls participating in PP&K. And Frank, much of the great success we've had with PP&K has been the result of the cooperation we've gotten from ABC TV, Howard, Alex, and yourself. And on behalf of the Ford Dealers of America and the NFL, I'd like to present you with the Golden Football Award, signifying your fine efforts in PP&K.
Well, Jim, thank you very much. I know that Howard and Alex will appreciate this just as much as I do.
Thank you.
Now let's go down to the field and take a look at the passing event. The putting and kicking portions of the competition were held here earlier tonight, and this passing event will determine which of these PP&K contestants will advance to the semifinals as representatives of the 49ers in Washington, D.C., December the 15th. The punt, pass, and kick officials on the field will start the contestants, spot the pass as it lands on the fly, measure the distance and accuracy, and record the scores. Okay, let's begin the passing event. And starting with the 8-year-olds, you're looking at number 27, Rod Robertson. He's from Wenatchee, Washington. Good effort, Rod. And now, over to 28, Lane Santiago from Hauula, Hawaii. Beautiful pass by Lane Santiago. Now for the 9-year-olds. 25 is Chris Miller. He's from Eugene, Oregon. Okay, Chris Miller. Now you're looking at James Apo from Honolulu, Hawaii. Good effort, James. Now for the 10-year-olds. Number 86, Darren Magnuson from Moscow, Idaho. Now a first for punt, pass, and kick. Number 48, Cynthia Stehar from Honolulu, Hawaii. Cynthia Stehar. Now for the 11-year-olds, number 70, Billy Kurwoski from Moses Lake, Washington. There's a beauty. Now, number 26, Luis Santiago from Paula, Hawaii. Nice toss. Now for the 12-year-olds, number 39, Ben Johnson. He's from Oak Harbor, Washington. A bullet. And now for number 27, Alan McCabe, Hilo, Hawaii. Nice pass. Now the final two competitors, the 13-year-olds, number 24, Marlon Methvin from Everett, Washington. Out of the ballpark. Marlon Methvin. And now number 37, Jim Welch, Paula, Hawaii. Jim Welch. Right out there with Marlon. And that completes the San Francisco 49ers punt, pass, and kick area competition. The officials will now add up the scores and determine the 6 winners. We'll announce the results at the end of the third quarters. Congratulations, all of you, young men and ladies. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers, is being brought to you by Gillette, makers of Dry Look. Number 1, aerosol for men's hair. No wonder the wet-head is dead. Halftime at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. The Los Angeles Rams out in front of the San Francisco 49ers, 12-3.
Okay, United, here it is, and it's not going to be easy.
One call to United's Apollo reservations from you or your travel agent can handle some pretty snarly travel plans.
All set, Mr. Martin. You've got a reservation, rental car, low-cal meal, and the same thing on to Denver.
You got it.
You got it, Mr. Martin.
The spirit of United's friendship service. It's catching.
I got it.
The friendly skies of your land. Spirit catching on now. United Airlines.
James Caan and Billy D. Williams star in Brian's song, Saturday at 8:30, 7:30 Central.
Back in beautiful San Francisco, we're awaiting the second half kickoff, but before the teams take the field, you know, this past week, a historic agreement was signed between ABC Television and the State Committee for Television and Radio of the USSR.
USSR, Moscow, the scene of the 1980 Olympics to be. And, of course, Elton Rue, president of the American Broadcasting Company's Rune Orlich, whom you then saw, and Sergei Lapin, the chairman of the State Committee for TV and Radio in the USSR, signed this agreement, which provides for a massive exchange of news, sports, and entertainment programs. So our congratulations, if I may take this liberty, to our own president, Elton Rule. Debonair, impeccable, as always. Elton, a great achievement. And we're delighted at ABC Sports to be a part of this brand new international agreement in the field of communications. Giffer, let's go back to you.
The 50th time the Rams and the 49ers have met in their competition, a vicious rivalry that has taken place out here in the West Coast. dominated over the years by the LA Rams. They can win their 8th straight tonight, and they lead 12-3. They got on the scoreboard early. Tony Baker scored from 1 yard out for the Rams. David Ray missed trying to run the conversion in that was bobbled by Steve Priest. Then Bob Klein scored on a Jimmy Harris pass from 23 yards out, and the conversion was missed at that point. Later on in the second period, the 49ers hit on a 46-yard Bruce Gossett field goal, and that was following a holding call that was declined by the Rams that would have put them out of range. And you're looking at number 16, Norm Snead. Now, Norm Snead, oddly enough, is the 9th-ranked passer in the National Football Conference, has not thrown a pass for the 49ers. He came 2 weeks ago from the New York Giants for a couple of medium to high draft picks. Been around a while, 14 years.
And I must say, you've always liked him, Frank.
I always have. I liked him because he survived Washington and Philadelphia. In the days when Washington and Philadelphia, well, playing quarterback for them was tantamount to commit suicide. He took quite a pounding. Traveled up from Washington to Minnesota, went with the Giants, had a couple of good years. A couple of years ago, led the entire NFL in passing. Okay, set to go. The 49ers will receive Mike Holmes and Manfred Moore. Holmes 20, Manfred Moore 45. The two rookies will take the kick of David Ray. Manfred Moore at his 5-yard line. And Moore hit hard at the 25. 21-yard return by Manfred Moore. Offensively, for the 49ers, we are going to see Norm Snead at quarterback. Owen leaves the game, 4 of 12, 86 yards, but he went down 4 times. Norm Snead, he's not known as Mr. Ability, so he'll need some protection if he's going to put it in the air. He will team with Wilbur Jackson and Larry Schreiber. 40, Jackson, 35, Schreiber. Wide receivers, Gene Washington, 18, Abramowitz, 46, and Terry Beasley, 88. Beasley and Abramowitz alternate. Snead lumbering back, firing over the middle, complete. Almost to Gene Washington. I almost got carried away. I happen to like Norm Snead as a person.
Second good recovery of the night, Gipper.
You're not supposed to allow that to enter into the picture, I know, but I have admired Norm Snead over the years. Snead missing on his first attempt.
I can't blame that on Washington either, Frank.
No, and I didn't either. Second down, the ball is at the 26-yard line. 49ers trailing 12-3. Draw play goes to Jackson. And Jackson goes down. He's in the arms of Larry Brooks, who's having one whale of a night.
He's having a field day out there, Alex.
He's a super ball player. He's really a great pass rusher, and he's doing a job as far as the run is concerned, too.
They've tried everything, the 49ers. They've changed offensive guards, but they are having no luck with Larry Brooks. Not big either, Alex. 6'3", 255. I say not big. That isn't big to tackle. Okay, it's third down and 10. The ball is still at the 26. Snead again on his second passing effort. Wide open. I wouldn't believe this. Norm Snead crossing midfield. Dropped there by Charlie Stooks as Norm Snead has the run of the night, 27 yards. I told you, Howard, he's a good player.
You talk about lumbering. Did you see that, Alex?
Let's look at him again, and
this is one for the record book.
Norm Snead, who almost takes a coffee break at midfield before he picks up his 27 yards. He's looking for Rams to help him get to the ground. All of the other San Francisco runners had only collected 32 yards. Snead picks up 27 in one pop. 14-year veteran. Ball just inside Ram territory at the 49. Snead attempting to go to Abramowitz, who was really struck by Charlie Stoops.
He really was.
And Abramowitz says, trying to get the attention of the officials. Stoops did a job on Abramowitz.
The official was right on the play, though.
He shoved the man out of bounds there.
Incomplete.
I can't get over that Snead run. I saw one like it last year, Earl Morrow for Miami against the Jets.
Had to take him out of the ball game and let him have recitation. What is that? On the sidelines.
Resuscitation.
Thank you very much. You're right.
All right. It's second down. Jackson, the inside handoff. Spinning and twisting. He's down to the 45-yard line. He picks up 4. Stopped there by Jack Youngblood, 85. Jack Reynolds, 64. Reynolds, 64. Geddes, 36. Isaiah Robertson, 58 of the linebackers. The offensive line for the 49ers. Forrest Blues at center, 75. The guards, 66. Pincion. People, 69. Kaz Banaszak, 79. Lynn Rohde are the tackles.
You know,
76.
the most notable USC alumnus in history has just come into our booth. We'll pick up at the play, but we'll be talking with him in just a moment.
It's third down and 6. The ball at the 45. Nate drifting back. Fires complete. Taken by Gene Washington. First down at the 30. 15-yard pickup. Norm Snead, who came in throwing at a little over 60%, all that action with the New York Giants.
He has really pricked that offense up here, Gene Washington. A little look-in pattern right on the target. Washington picks up a couple more yards. Snead looks like he's out to win the ball game tonight for the 49ers.
First down, 49ers. It's Los Angeles 12, San Francisco 3. Just underway in the third quarter. Jackson getting the inside handoff, cutting back. Spinning and twisting, finally nailed there by Ken Geddes. And he made a couple of yards out of what could have been a loss.
All right, Gipper, here we go.
Hey, that's my fellow Trojan.
Alumnus. That's right. He was a football player, unlike you. John Duke Wayne. One of the worst singers I've ever heard. How you been, Duke?
Boy, I want to tell you something. We made a duet, didn't we?
Row, row, row your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all part of an ungodly
This is the first time I've ever seen a Cardinal and Gold team up here that didn't get booed.
What do you think of the game so far?
Great. It's certainly open and fun.
Okay, it's second down and 8. Snead is going. Well, he wanted to go deep to Abramowitz, and he really got creamed. Larry Brooks again.
He got sacked, Duke.
That's it.
He's almost as old as you.
Oh, no.
That's Larry Brooks, John. And they're 49ers having a whale of a time keeping him off their passer. They do that in the day of Howard Jones?
Yeah. That was Brooks' third sack of the night, Duke. He is having one great evening.
All right, it's third down now and 15.
Fellas down there didn't like you tonight, Al.
That can happen, too.
And this is where Owen had his problems in the first half on the sure pass situation. Dumps off to Schreiber. And Schreiber
This is unbelievable, isn't it? They really opened up in the last few minutes.
Well, Snead, the veteran quarterback, has come on, and he's given them a commanding quarterback.
Did you know he could run? Boy, he ran tonight.
Well, you could call it running, Duke. We called it lumbering.
Well, let's say he lumbered a few yards.
He did. 27 of them. Duke, it's nice of you to come by.
Thank you. It's fun being here.
Take good care.
I shall.
John, good to see you. SC's up here against Stanford next week.
You know the golden Greek, Alex Karras.
Yes, I shook his hand. I love the guy.
All right.
The greatest.
Gossett has hit one from 46. This attempt from 44, and it's blocked. And it's blocked. 49ers move in on it at the 8-yard line. And that will be brought back. Jack Youngblood was the man who was in there to make the block. Ball is brought back to the line of scrimmage. So the Rams take over their first trip in the second half with the football. They lead 12-3. Comfortable lead in the NFC's Western Division. If they win tonight, they'll lead New Orleans by 3 full games. And they will only have 6 more games to play. Cappelletti over the left side, across the 30 out to the 32. Capoletti gets 5 yards, hit there by Dave Wilcox. Wilcox 64, Nunley 57, Willie Harper 59 of the linebackers. McCutcheon and Capoletti are going all the way as the setbacks for the Rams. Earlier, Jim Bertelson was shaken up. We don't know how seriously he was injured. And James Harris, number 12, has been the quarterback for the Rams throughout the evening. On 2nd down and 5. Lawrence McCutcheon. And McCutcheon coming up short of the first down. He's out to the 36.
Duke Wayne is still in our booth, and he's shaking his head and saying, ooh, and we. With all the movies I've seen the Duke in, he's taken far greater punishment, Alex.
That's for sure.
And we get the call for a measurement down on the field. McCutcheon, thus far, has increased his total yardage for the season to 679 yards. The leader in the NFL coming into tonight's play after yesterday's action was O.J. Simpson at 704 yards. You saw how much? It's 3rd down. And the 2 big boys come in. Tony Baker, number 35, checks in as one setback. And the 2 tight ends are in. Pat Curran, number 88, and Bob Klein, number 80. The short yardage offense for the Rams. 8:49 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Harris keeps it himself. It looks like he has it.
I would say he has this one, Alex. What do you say?
Well, I think that was really an exciting offensive play, that old quarterback sneak that we love so much up here, Howard.
You wanted to see the kind of thing Craig Morton pulled to undo the Chiefs yesterday.
Wasn't that fantastic? I love that.
James Harris, 6'4", 225 pounds. Came into football back in 1969 as an 8th-round draft pick of the Buffalo Bills. Released in 1972. Picked up by the Rams midway through that season. He's been sitting, watching, and learning. Now the big opportunity. The Rams are laying it all on the line. They say this is our man that will take us all the way. Capoletti spinning and twisting and still driving. He's out to the 45.
I'll tell you, he's a good-looking young athlete. Why a sunshade under the lights? Isaiah Robertson, who oddly hasn't gotten a lot of action tonight. He's been in there, but normally this guy, who is a truly great outside linebacker, maybe the most active in the National Football League. That's it. Give us the sign, Isaiah.
We're number 2.
The sunshade.
Oh. He may be dealing cards down there. I don't know.
2nd down and 3. Capoletti picks up 7. He has 49 yards on the night. McCutcheon drives into the middle of the line, and a flag goes down. And usually in that area, it will be an offensive call. That's what it is. Holding Rams. 10-yard penalty. Oh, come on now. I'm going to send John Wayne over there to get the wagons in the circle and tear that down.
They're catching up to you, Giff, with the USC routine.
I love what John Wayne called George Plimpton. He calls him Plimperton. It drives George crazy.
John Wayne, who played at USC, is Marion Morris.
This program is being brought to you as a special exclusive of ABC Sports. Right now, let's pause 5 seconds and allow our local stations to identify themselves. Second down and 13. The ball's at the 35 of the Rams, following the holding call. Capoletti again. And this time, Capoletti goes down. Out to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Let's take
Here's number 50. Excuse me, Frank. Here's number 57. Frank Nunley comes right over, does good, nice pursuit from this middle linebacker job. Comes right over, meets the play. Very nice job. Played off 2 blocks, got to the runner.
More importantly, as we look at the disabled Steve Spurrier, would you have called that play, Alex?
Well, I don't know. I'm a little bored right now, Howard.
3rd down and 12. Ball just at the 35-yard line for the Rams. Harris back looking. Firing out to McCutcheon. And Willie Harper is all over McCutcheon. And the 49ers seemingly have come to life. Norm Snead came in at quarterback, moved him down the field. They did not score, but now defensively they have stopped the Rams.
I tell you, it's funny the way certain guys wear the same number and resemble other guys, Frank. 59 Willie Harper is much like 59 Charlie Weaver on the Detroit Lions, Alex. Same kind of movement, don't you see it?
Yes, absolutely.
Here's Mike Burke. That's what he's been doing for the evening after replacing the Rams' regular kicker. You're looking at Bruce Taylor now and Ralph McGill. Taylor's 44, McGill's 49. Bruce Taylor. Oh, and Bruce Taylor really went down. Getting down there quickly to make the stop for the Rams, number 48, Bill Simpson.
If we could look at that again, it almost looked from here like a face mask.
He really hooked him.
Well, there it is, in replay. Now let's watch closely. Brucey.
Watch Simpson here, reaching over and grabbing him right around the neck, garroting him.
Garroting?
That's a good word, isn't it?
Excellent word.
Thank you. Timeout in San Francisco. L.A. out in front of San Francisco, 12-3.
Sometimes your future may be captured in a single moment, in the present.
We're helping 40 million people, more than 40 million people who know the future is now. At Metropolitan Life, we help to plan the future because the future is now.
Metropolitan Life, where the future is now.
Now comes Miller time. The longest 6 seconds of your life just turned out to be the quickest quarter mile of the day. So head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
If you've got the time, if you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Number 57, middle linebacker Frank Nunley, has been very active all night despite going in and out. Right there, he apparently pulled a hamstring. He's over on the sidelines being treated now. Now he's walking pretty good again. Legs taped up.
And meanwhile, 1st and 10, 5:42 remaining in the third quarter. Norm Snead, the quarterback, fires to Schreiber. Schreiber will get the first down. He's over the 45 to the 47. Dropped there by Ken Geddes.
I must say, Geff, Snead has brought some life to this 49er team. He came in and quickly started moving the 49ers. They were stopped only because of a sack by Larry Brooks, number 90 of the Rams, who's having a simply overwhelming individual performance evening. But now Snead is apparently ready to move them again. 12-3 Rams, 5:10 left in the third quarter.
The ball is at the 47. A lot of wars has this man been through. And you saw number 65, Randy Beisler, pull up from his right guard position. He should have an illegal procedure call against the 49ers.
And watch how Brooks reacts to this, Frank. Number 90, Brooks. There he goes. He is quick. There's no question about this guy. He's very quick, and he analyzes the play quickly, comes right down and meets the play.
Randy Beisler is an interesting case, by the way, the gentleman who committed the infraction. He's in because Woody Peoples of Grambling is out with an injury. Well, let's look at this from the official.
Declined the illegal procedure call against the 49ers, declined by the Rams.
Yeah.
That's what you call confidence in your defense.
You better believe it. They declined an earlier penalty that resulted in the San Francisco field goal.
That's what you call not too smart. 2nd down and 8. Jackson over the left side, and Larry Brooks should get about 18 game balls.
Point I was making about Beisler as we look at this in slow-mo. Watch number 90 again, Larry Brooks. He gets through there.
You know, Beisler goes 247. He hit Brooks, who goes 255, and he just bounced off.
But, Frank, they were switching Randy. He's been working on defense and even had some action there, and they had to put him back on offense, his original position, because of the injury to People.
3rd down and 7. Jackson is complete over the middle, and look out. Elmendorf catches up with Jackson. Jackson, 27-yard gain, all the way down to the 22. And Norm Snead has come on for head coach Dick Nolan and is moving the 49ers. There's Snead dropping back, looking over the middle, and Geddes trying to stay with Jackson, and Jackson high steps it right out of Geddes' hands. Turns it on, Elmendorf makes the save.
I think he thinks he's throwing to Bob Tucker, his former tight end with the Giants.
There he is, a great All-American out of Alabama. First and 10 for the 49ers, and the fans start to come to life as Mr. Moon River comes into our booth. Eddie Williams. Snead has Abramowitz wide open. Oh! Oh! In and out of the hands of Danny Abramowitz, who had beaten Charlie Stoops and Dave Elmendorf.
You know, this has been a curious Los Angeles team. Coming off its 12-2 record a year ago, a touted powerhouse, expected to be a real contender for the Super Bowl. We're looking at it in replay. There's Danny moving out. He may be snail-like, but he beats his man, and the pass was just off the fingertips. Too bad. There's Danny on the sideline.
All right. He has not made a catch tonight. He has 98 games, consecutive games. Second down and 10. Driver on the screen. Driver pounded there by Charlie Stoops.
Frank, we got to count that little short pass that Abramovich caught earlier today.
Yeah,
so
he caught one. I tell you, Snead is having some fun out there. The old man, it'll be, as our good friend Andy Williams put it, if he can come through for them, a day of wine and roses. Howard. Good to see you, Andy.
Moon River.
Third down.
Not a shot.
And a very important down for the 49ers. They trail 12-3. 3:09 remaining in the third quarter. Snead replaced Tom Owen here in the second half. Thus far, he's been able to move the 49ers, but they have not got on the scoreboard. Snead, 5 of 8 for 62 yards. 27 yards rushing. Looking for Jackson, and this time he does not get by Ken Geddes. He went back to the play he used a few moments ago, but this time, number 36, Ken Geddes was waiting for number 40, Wilbur Jackson. And out trots the field goal team.
Why would they boo this judgment? If they can put 3 more on the board, 12-6, contain Los Angeles, which has been less than overwhelming tonight.
Well,
they got a real shot because Snead's shown an ability to move this club.
The only thing I would have liked to see them is try to run it on third down. They only had a matter of a yard and a half. On the 2 downs, I think they could have got set up a first down situation.
All right, field goal attempt. And it is good. The Rams now are 1 touchdown, 1 conversion from the lead. To San Francisco. We'll be back in Candlestick Park right after this.
Now hold it in your left hand, rest it against your chin, and look through the viewer. Now all you use is 1 finger. You turn this focusing wheel to make everything sharp.
Now there is a new way to open up the world for someone.
Press the electric button.
The SX70. Almost effortlessly, it slips through life. Searching out, recording. You watch your creation come to life, growing more vivid, more detailed, until minutes later you're looking at a print almost as real as life itself. Polaroid's SX70 land camera. It can open up the world.
Tom Whittam to kick off for the 49ers, who now trail by the touchdown and conversion. 12-6. Deep 32, Cullen Bryant. He is a hot ticket when he takes off. And number 24, Willie McGee. And Whittam not kicking the ball well. Taken by Cullen Bryant. And Bryant out nearly to midfield, and a bad kick by Whittam is returned to midfield by Cullen Bryant. 34-yard return.
Look at that camera, Mr. Williams. You're on. Andy Williams, of course. How do you like what's happening?
Well, I'm watching the second half. The first half, I just watched John Wayne. But it really seems like a different ballgame right now.
Snead has been the difference. Now, as the crowd just chanted, Andy, defense. Take over, Gift.
Harris, the quarterback for the Rams. 1st and 10 for L8. And a big night thus far for this man, John Cappelletti. And this time, the crowd chanting defense has some sort of impact, apparently, on the 49ers. They hold Cappelletti to a 2-yard gain.
What makes you a 49er fan, Andy?
Well, I'm a football fan. No, I'm actually a Ram fan, but I wanted to come up and see this game. It's turning out to be a very good one, too.
Yeah, it started very, very much in favor of the Rams, but the 49ers are playing now.
2nd down and 8. Harris under pressure. He can run. And he's also getting very smart. He takes it out of bounds. Driven out of bounds by Jimmy Johnson. Very close to the first down.
Self-preservation.
And while they look it over, a week ago last night, I was in New York watching Andy at a sensational concert. Really was, Andy. Enjoyed it so much.
Thank you. It was fun. We had a good time in New York.
Well, you always have a good time in New York. I know you, baby.
Especially when he comes in to play tennis, so that the throngs at Forest Hills can see the true nature of his game.
I've got to play you one time.
Never happened.
Harris gets out of bounds just short of the first down.
Boy, I wish my mom was here right now. She's an Andy Williams fan. She just loves him.
Andy's not disturbed at hearing that.
I didn't hear it. What did he say?
He said Alex said he wished his mom were here right now. She's an Andy Williams fan. She just loves him.
Oh, he's from Spirit Lake, Iowa,
Well, that's why.
That's right.
Iowans stick together.
Moon River.
3rd down. Inches to go. Short yardage unit is in for the Rams. That means Tony Baker, the big setback, replaces McCutcheon. And diving forward is Harris. 6'4", 225 pounds. A lot of pressure on this young man because, as most pro football fans realize, the NFL Player of the Year, John Hadle, last year was traded to Green Bay a few days ago for a whole bunch of draft picks that could create a dynasty for the Rams. But in doing so, the Rams, in effect, told James Harris, 5th-year man out of Grambling, you're it, baby. Take us to the playoffs. Take us all the way if you can. The ball is at the 38 of the 49ers. McCutcheon back into the lineup, as is Bertelsen. Going for Harold Jackson, and Harold Jackson is well covered by Jimmy Johnson, another 14-year veteran, and a brother of the great Olympic decathlon champion, Rafer Johnson. Here's Harold working against Jimmy. Now look at Jimmy. Just take a good look at him. Didn't turn his feet around. Opened up the stance. That saves the step for a defensive back, and he was right there. 2nd down and 10. 1:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Harris with Klein wide open. Inside the 15, Bob Klein.
Second time this game on a key play from the Rams' point of view that Klein has been wide open. The first time, as you saw in the replay at halftime and in the first half, Bob Klein burst in for the touchdown. Let's look at Jamie again.
And apparently Bob Klein is just not drawing any coverage whatsoever. He was wide open for that 23-yard touchdown, as Howard mentioned. Ram staff looking on, headed by Chuck Knox. 27-yard gain for Klein. From the 12-yard line on 1st down, Bertelsen back in the ball game, and he moves down to the 5. Jim Bertelsen, who missed most of the first half and much of the 3rd quarter, replaced by John Capoletti, is now back in.
He's an effective runner, Alex Bertelsen. He's not swift either, but he's difficult to bring down. Slithers, slides.
Clock ticking away. The third quarter down to 9 seconds and moving. He might get the play off, he might not. He will not. You're watching another exclusive of ABC Sports. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Rams 12, the 49ers 6. We'll return after this word from our local stations.
Smith and Reasoner bring you coverage with a personal touch, election night.
What do you want to eat?
Chinese restaurant.
Hmm?
A good Chinese restaurant.
Tiny cat? Breakfast
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to announce the 6 area champions of the Ford Dealers of America NFL Punt, Pass, and Kick competition. The trophy is being presented by Mr. Lee Gray, Ford Division Regional Sales Manager, and Mr. Cy Kleinman, a member of the Ford National Dealer Council representing the Ford Dealers of America. The 8-year-old winner is Lane Santiago, number 28, from Hauula, Hawaii. The 9-year-old winner, Chris Miller, from Eugene, Oregon. The 10-year-old winner is Darren Magnuson from Moscow, Idaho. The 11-year-old winner, Luis Santiago from Hauula, Hawaii. The 12-year-old winner is Benjamin Johnson from Oak Harbor, Washington. The 13-year-old winner is Marlon Methvin from Everett, Washington. Congratulations. Good luck, fellas. Second down. The ball's on the 4-yard line. James Harris gives the ball off to Lawrence McCutcheon. He's inside the 5. He's down to the 2. Lawrence McCutcheon.
Where's Lawrence McCutcheon been all night, Howard? He hasn't been running the ball at all.
Oh, they haven't made their game go tonight. They have not been that impressive.
32 yards for McCutcheon, who came into tonight's game with 4 games over 100 yards. Very close to the first down they'll measure.
And as they measure, Frank, that's the point earlier I began to make as you look at a picture of Lawrence McCutcheon. That this Ram team is a presumed powerhouse. Yet, in only one game this year, and that was a couple of weeks ago when they crushed this very 49er team, 37-14, did they manifest the kind of offense that was expected of them and that they produced so often a year ago.
You saw how much. It'll be third down. Tony Baker is in the Ram lineup along with the other tight end, Pat Curran. Bertelsen and Tony Baker. Bertelsen gets the call. And it depends on where they mark it. Bertelsen hit over the left side, was pounded back.
He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, Frank.
They say no. So out trots the Ram field goal unit. David Ray. Inside now, the fourth quarter. L.A. leading 12-6. David Ray trying to put the game out of the reach of a touchdown. The attempt from 20 yards. Is good. So the Rams have moved out to a 15-6 lead. We'll be back at Candlestick Park right after this.
For 1975, Lincoln Mercury seated 5 adults in comfort, then engineered a luxury car around them. More than a foot shorter than last year's average mid-size car for good gas mileage, yet with more headroom and only 1.5 inches less legroom. Introducing the new precision-sized Mercury Monarch. Instead of crowding people into a small car, we build a car around people. That's functional engineering. Monarch gears buckets are wide, deep, and fully reclining. Instruments and controls positioned within easy reach. Even an optional moonroof. Monarch Gears 256 is engineered for 18 to 26 miles per gallon under highway conditions, 14 to 18 under city conditions. And this 2-door Monarch sticker price, including optional white walls, starts under $3,800. Delivery, dealer prep, title, and taxes extra. Now there's a precision-sized Monarch. At the sign of the cat.
David Ray just helped out the Rams' cause considerably, hitting from 20 yards out for a three-pointer. Looking deep for the 49ers, Mike Holmes, number 20. Number 45 is Manfred Moore. Mike Holmes takes it at his 10. Holmes almost breaks it out to the 42-yard line. Hit there by number 88, Pat Curran, a 32-yard return. Rich Saul also there.
13:51 left in the game. The veteran Norm Snead out there. Must move his team down quickly to a score. If he can, of course. I tell you, watching that Lenny Dawson work in the final seconds yesterday, I'm beginning to believe you can do anything in the final minute of a game.
That's for sure. Almost won the game.
Snead is 5 of 9 for 62 yards. Jumps it off to Schreiber, complete. And Schreiber is nailed after a gain of 4.
Snead's a master of that dumb stuff. He would do it repeatedly when with the Giants, using Ron Johnson primarily when Ron was healthy enough to play. And he would develop a tremendous completion percentage with that kind of throwing, Alex. That's why those statistics can be so deceiving.
Well, I think Snead loved Y.A. Tittle, and he wanted to really be more like Y.A. Tittle, and that's why he dumps the ball out.
Second down and 6. Schreiber now has caught 5 for the night for 44 yards. Ball is at the 47. Jackson gets the call. Ken Geddes misses, but he recovers, and Jackson goes down. He'll lose 2. Fred Dreyer also recovering nicely for the Rams. Very active defensive unit, the Los Angeles Rams, and they play so well together. Merlin Olsen in the middle of that line. He's the steady block. Youngblood and Dreyer very quick. And, of course, Larry Brooks is having a terrific night. And he's having his best year. Okay, it's third down and 7. The ball just short of the 45. Snead again over to Schreiber. And Isaiah Robertson nails Schreiber, takes him out of bounds after a gain of 2. There's Isaiah Robertson. Howard?
That's true, and it's also true that was a critical series for the 49ers. And the Rams are very well prepared defensively for that dumb stuff of Snead. They know his whole history, and they proved it right there, Alex.
Fourth down, Tom Whittam comes on for the 49ers. He'll be kicking to Bill Simpson, 48, Dave Elmendorf, 42. Whittam. And this is Elmendorf at his 12. Trying to get behind the picket line. And what a block. Down at the 3-yard line. 43-yard punt, 4-yard return.
Good job, David.
Well, we've got still another visitor in our booth tonight, which has apparently become Times Square. But I feel a special sympathy for this man because it's Dick Sadler, the manager of George Foreman, and he saw that Muhammad Ali was on at halftime. And I want to talk to you as the game develops in some of its duller moments, Dick, so that you can perhaps explain from your point of view what happened in Zaire and from George's point of view. Yep.
1st and 10, Los Angeles. They move from their own 15. This is Jim Bertelsen over the right side. He picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Briefly, was George able to follow the strategy you dictated to him? And if he didn't, why didn't he?
That's the question we've all been asking ourselves, Howard.
Want to look at the camera, Dick?
We felt that we had things pretty much in control going into the fight. Then somewhere along the line, we lost a little communication.
Okay, we'll pick up in just a minute. Don't mean to interrupt you. Here's the game, Giff.
On 2nd down and 8. Lawrence McCutcheon. And McCutcheon out over the 25 to the 27. He'll have a 1st down. Winland Hall made the stop.
All right, Giff, let's go back to Dick Sadler for just a moment. Dick, did you anticipate Ali's tactics of staying against the ropes, using the ropes?
Well, not to anticipate, but that's where we wanted him. I'd get our plan of attack to get him against the rope. And he'd normally plan his attack to use his legs, so he done us a favor by going there.
All right, we'll resume later, Giff.
On 1st down and 10. McCutcheon gets the call again, cuts back to the inside. This time runs into traffic.
All right, let's get back to Dick. If Ali did you a favor by going against the ropes, why couldn't Foreman put him away?
Because he didn't follow what we felt would be the wisest way to go about it. Whether he could at the times or didn't, somehow or other. The best plans, I guess, of both mice and men sometimes go astray.
All right, Dick, we're going back to the football game now. Hope your man gets another shot.
Okay, it's 2nd down and 8. Harris looking out for Jackson. He has it. It's complete. And the Ram 1st down. Jimmy Johnson out there covering, getting help from linebacker Dave Wilcox, number 64. 10:09 remaining in the 4th quarter. Los Angeles leads San Francisco 15-6. Lawrence McCutcheon, if you keep track of such things as we wait for the measurement down on the field, is 7 yards, I'll make it 10 yards short of overtaking O.J. Simpson in the National Football League for rushing honors. O.J. after yesterday was 704. McCutcheon has 693 at this point.
All right, Dick Sadler's gone. We can get back to football now, Alex. Between Duke Lane, Andy Williams, and Dick Sadler, I feel like I've been on a merry-go-round.
It's kind of fun. You know, it's amazing the people that are interested in football, though.
I like the fact that Jimmy Harris threw the football.
Yeah, right. He could have sat on the ball and made it a much duller game than it is.
1st down and 10. L.A. looking to extend their record to 6-2 and unloading it. Quickly was Harris, and if Bruce Taylor had turned around, he might have been able to pick it off. And probably fooling Bruce Taylor. It was covering Harold Jackson. He had his hands full. Jackson was sprinting down the sidelines. The pass was underthrown, and Taylor did not look around in time. So he is soundly booed.
I don't believe this scene, Giffer. Mike Douglas, co-stars with Carl Malden in Streets of San Francisco, is at the game, and now he's in the booth.
2nd down and 10. Ball is at the 37. This is McCutcheon cutting back. And McCutcheon gets 8 yards, moving out to the 45. Finally stopped there by Winland Hall. Lawrence McCutcheon.
Just to recap the score, Gip.
Yeah. Oh, I
want me to say something?
Nothing important. I'm just going to say that this happens to be a mighty fine football player.
Lawrence, not his brother Larry.
That's true. It's 3rd down. The Rams need 2 for the 1st down. They're playing ball control, clock moving, 9:30 remaining in the 4th quarter. They lead 15-6. Harris, and this time Harris will ride. Tommy Hart was the big pressure, and then Bill Belt, 72, and Cedric Hartman moved in. That's the first time Harris has gone down this game. Only the 6th sack for the 49ers all year.
Okay, here's Hart going around the corner. And of course, let me just say this right now, that he took a little time back there. And of course, when that happens, if your defensive lineman can't knock him down then, you're really in trouble. So he had an awful lot of time back there, and Hart finally did get to him.
All right, Mike Burke has come on for the Rams. He'll kick to Bruce Taylor, 44, Ralph McGill, 49. And off the side of the foot. And Bruce Taylor quickly had to move out of the way to avoid touching that ball. But the 49ers will take over. They'll move from their own 24-yard line. 8:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Rams in front of the 49ers, 15-6.
Dr. Bill Lawrence, wildlife biologist, Weyerhaeuser. For years, Bill has been the animal man at Weyerhaeuser. His job, make sure the harvesting and planting of trees is compatible with wildlife in the forest. For the past 20 years, Bill and his people have recorded evidence that wildlife flourishes in the managed forest, where timber is grown as crops, where the forest is thinned, letting in life-giving sunlight for plant food growth, where wildlife food grows among young stands of trees, a natural habitat for all sorts of animals. Next time someone says, "What's happening in the woods these days?" tell them to get in touch with Bill Lawrence. Or else one of his animal friends. Weyerhaeuser, the tree-growing company.
What do you think about Ali now, Howard? Of course, that is a reference to Howard. Well, hedging just a little bit. Actually, I know what Howard thinks of him. That phone call was collect last week. 49ers getting down dangerously close here in the fourth quarter. 8:52 remaining. They trail by 9. Norm Snead looking and finds Schreiber. And Schreiber battling and scrambling for 9 yards. Taken out of bounds by number 36, Ken Geddes.
Battling is the word, Gipper. The time remaining, 8:43. The score 15-6. Los Angeles couldn't put the ball over when last they had the ball, even though they were down on the 1-yard line. Los Angeles has not been impressive all year the way one expected, as I said before.
Schreiber is now 7 receptions, 54 yards. Snead back again on 2nd down and 2. He has Jackson wide open. And Jackson, Eddie McMillan tried to take on Jackson, and Jackson just knocked him to the ground. Robert Jackson, the All-American from Alabama, and a tough cookie. 22-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the 49ers. They're on the Rams' 41-yard line.
Nonetheless, Frank, for the Rams, it's been defense. And in particular tonight, Larry Brooks with some good work in the secondary by Eddie McMillan. On offense, well, they had a struggle past Detroit, 16-13. They had difficulty in the opening game against Denver. They had difficulty against the Jets. And they're a very weak team a week ago.
Norm Snead has picked up the 49er offense. They've not been able to get on the scoreboard. Snead is 9 of 13 for 98 yards. Going out to Schreiber again, his 8th reception of the night. Ken Geddes getting a workout at linebacker. Uh-oh. No good.
Me up. New roll-out pass here. Schreiber gets the ball, and here goes the nice little bump there. He's a tough kid, though, isn't he, Howard?
I like the way Geddes got in there, and I love Schreiber.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and 8. The 38-yard line. Snead throwing the screen pass, and Wilbur Jackson knocks it down. Incomplete.
I tell you, you get a little tired of dumping that ball off play after play, don't you, Alex?
Let's go back to the celebrities that are up in the booth.
You prefer that, huh? All right, let's bring on Mike Douglas, co-star, along with Carl Malden of Streets of San Francisco.
boy, Howard.
Nice to have you aboard. There's
See
the
you.
camera right there, my friend. How is Carl?
Good, good. He was sorry he couldn't be here. He was working tonight.
You know, he grew up in Peter Cooper Village, a
That's
section
what
of
he was
Manhattan.
telling me. Yeah, go back a long time.
Along with a lot of
say
other...
how long. It was a